Rappler, its reporters, and regional correspondents on Thursday filed a petition before the Supreme Court seeking an end to President Rodrigo Duterte's coverage ban. Duterte's ban against Rappler has been in effect for 14 months now, barring Rappler reporters from covering his public events. The ban started on February 20, 2018, when Rappler Palace reporter Pia Ranada was stopped by Presidential Security Group officer from entering Malacanang complex. Various reasons have been provided by Malacanang and Duterte himself for the ban, including the revocation of Rappler's license to operate. Since February 2018, there have been 7 other instances where Rappler reporters, aside from Ranada, were kicked out of coverages, including the April 2018 Palarong Pambansa sports event held in Ilocos Sur.
We are filing this petition because we want to practice our profession. We are journalists. Physical presence in a newsworthy event is integral to our work. Asking officials questions face-to-face is integral to our work. Malacanang's ban prevents us from doing our jobs. We are filing this petition because we believe the ban is not just a threat to Rappler, but to all journalists. If this ban goes unchallenged, maybe the next president will think, Duterte got away with it. I can too. And maybe it won't be Rappler at the receiving end of that order. Press freedom, free speech, due process, and equal protection are guaranteed by the Constitution. We're asking the Supreme Court to affirm these fundamental rights.
Before reaching the Supreme Court, Rappler said its managers had reached out to Executive Secretary Salvador Medialdea and Press Secretary Martin Andanar to end the coverage ban, but did not get any response. The petition is filed by Ranada and Rappler colleagues Camille Elemia, Mara Cepeda, and Ralph Rivas, along with regional correspondents Bobby Lagsa, Raymond Duliana, Frank Simatu, and Mauricio Victa, all experienced being excluded or kicked out from coverages.
Yes, I was on the public event for PDP Laban. I was a campaign, tapos hindi naman ako pumasok sa gym kung saan pupunta si President Duterte. I was in the public space, in a public state university. Pero pinaalis nila ako hanggang highway. So yun, it impedes my ability to report.
A significant press freedom test case under the Duterte administration, Rappler argues the coverage ban is a violation of the constitutional guarantees of a free press, free speech, equal protection, and due process. The latest Pulse Asia survey shows only 4 in 10 Filipino voters have a complete Senate slate, with over a month before the May 13 elections. Based on the nationwide survey on senatorial preferences held from March 23 to 27, 42% or less than half of registered voters have a complete senatorial slate. Voters can choose 12 senatorial candidates in the midterm polls. The survey also shows administration candidates dominating the pack, with independent candidate Senator Grace Poe as frontrunner. In the Magic 12 from the administration, re-electionists Cynthia Villar, Sonny Angara, and Coco Pimentel, former Senators Pia Cayetano, Bong Revilla, and Jinggoy Estrada, former Presidential Aide Bongo, Ilocos Norte Governor Amy Marcos, former top cop Ronald De La Rosa, and former presidential political advisor Francis Tolentino. Rounding up the list are Nancy Binay and Bam Aquino, and former Senators Lito Lapid, Sergio Osmeña, and Mar Rojas. Aquino and Rojas are in the opposition's Ocho Derecho slate. Services of the Bank of the Philippine Islands or BPI continue to be either unavailable or limited. In a statement released Thursday, BPI says its platforms encountered some issues with the system's upgrade it conducted from April 5 to 7. It did not elaborate on what these issues are. BPI says, quote, financial transactions using banking channels are temporarily unavailable or have limited services, while branches are open to serve on a limited capacity. BPI clients first reported problems Wednesday, posting their complaints on the bank's Facebook page. On Wednesday, BPI said its channels were still adjusting to the newly upgraded system. British police arrest WikiLeaks founder Julian Assange at Ecuador's embassy in London after his asylum was withdrawn Thursday. Assange has been living at the embassy since 2012, when he sought refuge there after being accused of sexual assault in Sweden. British Home Secretary Sajid Javid tweets, I can confirm that Julian Assange is now in police custody and rightly facing justice in the UK. WikiLeaks accused Ecuador of breaching international law by withdrawing his asylum. The 47-year-old Australian faces prosecution for breaching the conditions of his bail in Britain in 2012. He had refused to leave the embassy, fearing ultimate extradition to the United United States, where he faces charges over his website, publishing huge caches of hacked State Department and Pentagon files. Vogue magazine reports American television star Kim Kardashian is studying law and hopes to pass her California bar exams by 2022. Kardashian has been interning at the California law firm since last year. She says she was inspired to study law after successfully petitioning US President Donald Trump last year to pardon a woman who served 22 years for cocaine trafficking. She says, quote, "I just felt like I wanted to be able to fight for people who have paid their dues to society." Admission to law school in the United States usually requires a bachelor's degree. Kardashian never graduated from college, but California allows an internship in a law firm for 4 years before taking the bar exam.